Today, we're talking about one of the biggest vibration killers, and that is emotional contagion. Our next common way of how we fall into victim consciousness. Emotional contagion is much like connected to collective beliefs, because collective beliefs is about society and the worldview affecting you, the beliefs of outside forces like the government or religion. Whereas emotional contagion, I like to think of it more of a granular level. It is more individuals that you have direct contact with who are directly affecting you. The negativity and fear of other people is literally contagious, and it influences our perception to the point that we actually start to experience those emotions. This is usually from people we are the closest to, like our friends, our family, our coworkers. They rub off on us the most. Think about some of the beliefs or viewpoints you might have had when you were younger, like when you were a teenager or a young adult. You might have not felt all that passionate about those beliefs or about those viewpoints, but you found yourself caught up in them. You found yourself going through the motions of them, just because it was the crowd you hung around with, or maybe it was a really influential family member. You didn't think to yourself consciously if you were going to accept this belief as truth. You just went along with it. And that's what emotional contagion does. Emotional contagion also comes up when someone is really scared of something. Like, you could think back to the pandemic, or you can think to anything else that goes on in the news, where someone gets really scared, like a hurricane's coming or something, and they're really worked up and scared, and you find yourself just, becoming worried or getting wrapped up in that. This is about the vibration of people directly around you rubbing off on you. Not to bring up politics, but if you rewind to the 2020 election here in the US, a lot of that was based on emotional contagion. A lot of Trump supporters were caught up in emotional contagion. A lot of the reason why the US has become such a divisive place is because of emotional contagion. People are worried and are being sold to live in fear, and they get caught up in that vibration. Think about it. A small group of people, it starts out, they feel a certain way, they feel fearful, they feel worried, and it spreads like wildfire. It becomes massive. And if you're around that, if that's the dominant belief of the people you surround yourself with, it's going to be hard not to get caught up in that. And just like the 2020 election, a lot of people were just caught up in the energy, in the emotion of the larger group of Trump supporters, especially here where I live. Like, I would see younger kids who probably would have no knowledge of what it means to run a government or any political ideas, just supporting Donald Trump, just having crap on their car, signs, and wearing the hats. You have to question why. And I understand why, because they're caught up in emotional contagion. It's like they're not thinking for themselves. They're just swooped up by the energy of the moment. So emotional contagion is really, really a big one, because people affect us. It's like, there's like this old saying that a friend of mine used to say, you're not who you are who you're with. And I think what he meant by that is people rub off on you. You spend enough time with a certain group of people, they influence you. The group of people take on a vibration. Just like you have your own vibration, when you're around a group of people, there's an energy to it. And that energy, it bubbles up to be like a dominant energy. And you surround yourself by that all the time, especially if it's rooted in negativity. It's really easy to fall into that. We need to be mindful of the emotions we surround ourselves by and what we're allowing in to our energy field. That is number 5, emotional contagion. We have 2 more to go. See you next time.